And we're recording. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then Lynn will jump in maybe at some point,
No,
right?
she said that she's in the middle of a movie. So she asked if I was recording it, and I
Okay.
was like, yeah, okay. So she'll just listen later.
Okay.
Okay. So just us. Okay.
Okay.
So did you see my message in here? Uh, I found
Um,
porphyria cutanea tarda. That is the
okay.
diagnosis that Dr. Stevens gave you, so you could change your lifestyle to live at night
Oh, nice.
and have
Okay.
an excuse. So
Okay.
I did put a link on here if you want to read a little
I'm
bit
looking
about
at
it, and that's basically all the knowledge that your character will have, and that'll just be like a little bit of research because you don't have any points in medicine, so you didn't study it or anything. But after he told you what it was, you probably went and looked it up. So
Okay.
basically, the sun burns you, and it sucks. You get big ass blisters, and so
Got it.
okay. So this is 3 nights after the last time that we saw you, which was your encounter with Mother. So you've had 3 nights to be back in your normal life, or trying to fit back into your normal life. All of
Hmm.
your appointments had to be reset for nighttime, so you probably only work a few hours a day now because no one's going to come get their therapy at 2 in the morning. So you're probably working
Yeah.
hours of like 7 to 10, 7 to 11.
Okay.
Uh, Maybe you can. I imagine that you had your own place, but maybe you'll want to change and partner with somebody else who can run a day shift or something eventually. I don't know. Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, and also, for the last 3 nights, you've had trouble with your cat. The cat doesn't want anything to do with you. You've had trouble even being able to pet the cat since you've come back.
Oh dear.
Kitty knows that something's different about you and unnatural, and she has not been very welcoming.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay. So you wake up. It's night. Everything's dark. You probably have like blackout curtains over your bedroom now.
Hmm.
You wake up. Do your stretches. Get the blood flowing again a little bit. Force it around.
Yep.
And you sit up and you see your cat sitting in the doorway to your bedroom, facing out. Just sitting there, poised in the doorway.
I can't remember what I named my cat. Oh shoot.
I'll find it.
Okay.
I don't either. In fact, I thought about because I
Yeah.
saw it was written down somewhere, so I was
Yeah.
gonna write it down. But
That's my bad too. And I gave it a really easy name too.
Dixie,
That's Dixie.
Dixie,
Okay. Okay. Hey Dixie. Good morning. Come here, baby.
and the cat.
And I'm guessing Dixie
She
ignores
doesn't
me.
respond to you at all. She's staring at something down the hall.
So I'll get up and kind of go stand behind her and crouch down and pet her a little bit, and I
She
guess
doesn't. She doesn't pull away. This is the first time you've pet her since you came back, but she's still not really giving you any attention. She's just staring.
so now I guess I have to. I'll keep petting her because I get to pet her,
Hmm.
but I'll kind of try to see what she's looking at.
Okay. Well, you look up and you don't see anything. And then as you turn to look away, out of the corner of your eye, you see a person And of course, your eyes jump back, and you only see this person for a few seconds. It's it's an old man, balded head, a tufts of white hair on the sides, and he's just standing there. And then he's gone again. You don't see him.
Okay. Well, this is where I can try to use my ability.
Okay. So you don't have to make a roll or anything. It just comes on.
Okay.
And you see him again.
Yes.
You see him. You see him much more clear. He's just standing there. He's not moving. He's just standing there in the hall.
Okay. So I say hello.
Well, you say something to him, and he gives a start. He's surprised. And when he's surprised, then the cat hisses. And then he disappears. And he just disappears in thin air. He didn't like pull away behind the corner or anything. He just disappeared, and you don't see him.
He just vanishes.
He just vanishes. You're pretty sure you still have your power on, but you don't see him.
Okay.
You could be wrong though, because you're still new at using it.
Okay. So I try to calm the cat.
Yeah, Dixie looks up at you, rubs her head against your hand.
Ah, calm down. Thank God. If there is a God.
And
So,
she lets you pet her.
let's get her something to eat then. I'll pick her up and take her to the kitchen and
She still seems
pick
just
her
a
something.
little bit cautious, but she seems to be much more open to being around you. Like something clicked, or she made a decision on her own. Okay,
Yeah.
and you go through the rest of your morning, your evening.
Yep.
Okay, and
So I'm guessing I have appointments tonight.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you get yourself all ready for work. Go to work. So you get there about like 7 o'clock or so, like I said. And I named your secretary person. What are they called?
Receptionist.
Yeah, receptionist. Molly. Molly Simmons. That's what I named her.
Okay.
Okay, so she's here, and she says that, what'd she call you? What's your last name? I don't remember your last name.
Warren.
Warren!
Yeah.
His patients have already arrived, Miss Warren.
Okay, thank you, Molly.
Okay.
So I go ahead and greet the patient, bring him
Yeah.
on back into my office.
Mm-hmm. So what you have is a little boy, and this is the first time you're going to see this little boy, and his mom is there too. And you have his file. In fact, you probably already prepped it like yesterday or whatever. So what he's here for is he's not talking, and his father was murdered 4 days ago.
Okay.
They're not a very well-to-do family, and you do notice that their sessions are being paid for by the Clark Foundation, which is a place that you have not heard of before. But money's money, business is business.
Okay.
Okay.
So I go ahead and just say, hi, I'm Jessica. I'm here to help. So,
Anita, the mother says.
Anita.
And this is Carlos Jr. This is Junior. and the boy
Uh-huh.
is playing like on a Game Boy or something from the year 2000. I don't know what Game Boy it is. He's playing on some kind of handheld game from the year 2000 because that's when it is.
You got it. Okay.
Okay. And she said, "Put the game away. Put that game away." And he just turns it off and puts it away. He doesn't say anything to her. Yeah, so you lead them to your office. You go in your office. Is your power to see thing still on? Do you think? It doesn't cost you anything. You could leave it on at all
Um,
times if you want.
I no, I don't think it is, but I
Okay.
can put it on if I feel
No,
the need
yeah.
to.
Well, you don't feel the need to, but you can have it on, or you can turn it on whenever you want.
I think I just want to focus on the boy first
Okay.
before I try to see if anything is following him.
Yeah.
So I offer to have him sit down at
Okay.
the kids'
First,
table.
the mother says, "I can I talk to you a little first? I can explain what the situation is." She wants to pull you aside and talk about him.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I give the kids some crayons and paper to draw with and
Okay.
excuse myself and step outside.
Okay. She says he hasn't said anything in 2 weeks, and then 4 days ago his father was killed.
Okay, that's odd. What triggered the him not talking?
I don't know. He doesn't talk to me. I have no idea what it is. It really could have been my husband. He uh he used to hit me. I really don't think that he hit Junior, but maybe. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it was before Carlos was killed.
Okay. So, things like this is gonna will take some time. We're gonna do. We can't really just hit it head on. Unfortunately, it's gonna have to. We're gonna have to build up a rapport, and some of the things we'll end up doing will just kind of look like play sessions.
Okay.
But just understand this is just part of the process of getting to know him, letting him get to know me, and just me feeling the whole situation out to.
That makes sense. If it just took talking to him to get him to open up, I would have done it already. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, at some point, if I have any other, clients and you want to do like a play session with some other kids, I'll try to set that up too, just
Okay.
because I've been wanting to do like a support group for, the small kids. It's just very hard to set it up with parent schedules.
Okay. Do you see a lot of kids?
I see a few kids,
Okay.
but it's just my schedule just got turned way around, and so it's really hard to get everything all set up.
And Mr. Clark is paying for everything, right?
From yeah, what I understand, what Molly was telling me, that it's been set up through this through this charity, so
Okay.
you don't have to worry about payment.
Good. Good. I,
So
I don't
do
have anything.
you? Yeah, no, it's the foundation's taking care of it. This is the first time I've actually worked with them, and they seem to be pretty awesome. I might try to talk to them about taking other cases for them if there's if this is working as great as I think it will.
Okay. Great. Well, I hope you can
Okay.
help him. Wait, should I go in with you, or is it better if you see him by yourself?
Um, well, why don't we both go in there and, I'll sit down there and I'll start drawing with him. And if you want to excuse yourself after a little bit to go to the bathroom for a while, and
Okay.
there's just right around the corner, you see where that mirror is. You can go ahead and go on in that room and just kind of watch.
Okay.
And when you feel like you want to come back in, or when we start getting, after about after a while, we'll, just come back in when you feel you need to, or when it's getting ready to wrap it up. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. So let's go on in. We go on in, and I sit down next to Carlos and see if he started drawing anything.
Yeah, he's drawing. I don't know what he's drawing. Uh, he's drawing. I don't know. What's something kids draw? He's drawing a dinosaur.
Okay, cool. So he's just drawing, just whatever. So I go ahead and kind of sit down on at the table, you know, kind of next to him, not side by side, but at the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, "Hi, Carlos. I'm Jessica. So your mom just filled me in on the situation a little bit, and I'm just here to help you however I can."
He nods his head.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to let me know?
And he shakes his head no.
Okay. So I'm here. I'm just going to get to know you, and you don't have to talk to me, but you're welcome to draw pictures, or if you know any letters, that's fine too. You can write as much as you want, or draw as much as you want, and we'll play with other things over time, but just if you feel like you want to talk, you can talk. If you, if you, um, that's perfectly, just take your time because you got as much time as you need to, and we'll just visit a lot, okay?
And he nods his head.
Okay.
He reaches over
So,
for some colors to start coloring his dinosaur.
cool. Is that your favorite kind of dinosaur?
He's drawing something that looks like a vague drawing of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
So, you mind if I draw with you?
He gives you a crayon.
Awesome, thank you. Let's see, what should I draw? Hmm. So I just start thinking out loud. So I'll just start drawing like whatever trees. Yeah, trees. I was drawing a dinosaur. I'm drawing trees. Okay.
Okay. And he colors in his dinosaur. You just sit there quiet.
Mhm. What color should I make these flowers?
He reaches over and he gets a yellow and he gives it to you.
Oh, good choice. You have favorite color?
And he picks up the blue and just
Oh,
shows you. And then he
uh,
draws blue eyes on his dinosaur.
oh, that's nice. So probably about the point where Mom ducks out, I'll probably try to just
Yeah,
turn
it's
on my
about now.
vision.
Mom says, "Do you have a restroom?"
Oh, yes, it's down the hall.
Okay.
If you just go out, just turn right and you'll see it.
Okay.
If you get lost, just ask Molly.
Will do. And she looks like she thinks about uh you know kissing her son before she leaves and thinks otherwise and just leaves. And she doesn't want to disturb anything that you might be heading, path that you're headed down.
Hmm. Okay, so I go ahead and I switch it on. I just kind of take a look around.
Hmm. Okay, so standing in the corner of this room, in the back corner, just like leaning up against your chair, is uh, Aaron Hopkins.
That's my sire, I believe,
That's
right?
your sire.
Okay. And so that's the only thing I see in the room that I didn't see before.
Yes, that's the only thing. You look around, you don't see anything. Do you give Aaron any sign that you notice him? Do you cover it up? I mean, you probably had a bit of a start when you saw him.
I just give him a look
Okay.
and
So
just
he knows that
kind of
you see
like,
him. Okay.
yeah, and I just kind of do a stay out of this look,
Hmm.
and I just get back to my session with the kiddo.
Okay.
So, but I'll leave it on just so I can monitor what he's doing.
He seems to be just watching you. Nothing, nothing menacing other than just his presence.
Okay. So, but yeah, I go about my session with the kiddo. You
Okay.
know, we'll do
You
some
don't
more
seem
we'll do
too
some more
disturbed by
drawings.
his presence, so he's gonna stay. If you had seemed upset about him being here, then he might have left. He doesn't. That's kind of the impression. Like he seems to be questioning you. Like, well, I'm here. Should I leave? Am I disturbing you? He doesn't say it. It's just with your insight. That's kind of the impression he's giving you. The shrug of his shoulders.
I just I just let it go and I ignore him and I just focus on my kid. And
Okay.
as long as he stays quiet, I don't do anything about it.
Yep, and the kid finishes his dinosaur and he picks it up and he shows you, kind of proud.
That is nice. So we'll talk about his dinosaur and I just ask him what he thinks about my tree and flowers.
And he smiles and he nods his head. He folds up his dinosaur and then tucks it inside his shirt.
Perfect.
Not in a pocket or anything. He tucks it inside of his shirt.
Cool. All right. So I look at him and I said, "Do you think my drawing is missing anything?"
And his mouth opens, but no words come out.
Is his mouth moving or is it just kind of like one of those mouth
No,
opening?
yeah, his mouth opened like he was about to say something, but it was a little more difficult to say, and then he gave up. Or
It's okay. You can
or he remembered he wasn't supposed to talk.
No, it's okay. Would you like to add to my picture for me?
And he nods his head, and he takes your picture, and he starts drawing a dinosaur again. Same dinosaur.
Okay. Same dinosaur. Okay.
He draws it a little bit smaller and a little bit faster and colors it.
Perfect. Awesome.
And then he slides it
So,
to you, and he says, really, really quiet, like just a whisper. He says, "It'll protect you."
thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Where do you think I should put it?
And he shrugs close.
So should I put it with me like you did with yours?
He nods his head, yes.
Okay. So I go ahead and fold it up and I do the same. And that's probably as much as I'm gonna push. Um, and I say, well, you know what? Thank you. I really appreciate you looking out for me.
He nods his head.
Do you have anybody looking out for you right now?
And he taps at the paper on his stomach.
Okay, good.
You can hear the rustle of it, the little as he pats.
Does the dinosaur have a name?
No.
Okay.
Rex. His
Well,
name's Rex.
okay. That's a good name for him. Well, next time you see him, tell him I said hello and thank you for working. Tell him I said thank you for looking out for you.
And he nods his head.
Now, if Rex pays me a visit, should I bring him any treats?
He likes meat. Dinosaurs eat
Meat?
meat.
Okay. What's his favorite kind of meat?
Deers.
Yeah. That's weird.
He eats deers.
Oh, deers. Oh, okay. I was gonna say years. That's odd. But deers, I
Deers.
understand. Okay. All right. Then, I don't know if I have any deers, though. Do you know where I can get some deers?
No.
Okay.
And he shakes his
Well,
head.
I'm sure he's probably really good at getting his own deers.
Can you tell my mom I don't want to be Junior anymore?
You know what? I think I can do that.
Okay.
And, later on, I think she really loves you, and eventually, I think you'll get used to telling her what you feel, okay? And I bet you, if you tell her, she'll listen too. But if you want me to tell her this time, I will.
Yes, thank you.
Do you want me, did you want me to tell her with you here, or did you want to go outside while I talk to her?
I'll go outside.
Okay.
And he pulls out his Game Boy thing again.
Okay. So why don't I go ahead and have you sit out in the waiting area with Molly, and I'll talk to your mom some, okay?
Okay.
All right. And then hopefully she'll be done in the bathroom by now. And I kind of glance up to the mirror and raise my eyes.
And she comes in.
And
Yeah, she comes in and
okay.
closes the door behind her.
Okay. Did you find the bathroom well enough?
I did.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
fine.
All right. But on the next visit, if you guys are okay, next time we'll just have you drop them off, and we'll just come on back into the room, and you can be in the waiting area while we visit. And
Okay.
if there is anything he needs, he could just come right out and signal you to come on back. Does that sound good, Carlos?
And he nods his head yes.
Okay. Do you mind if I have a few minutes with your mom?
And he gets up and leaves. He goes outside.
Okay. So I look up at mom, and it's like, okay, did you hear or see any of that?
I didn't hear it. It looked like he was talking. He said some things.
Yes. So, of
Her
course,
eyes
there's
water.
not.
She tears up a little bit. Oh, thank God.
Okay. So let's just sit down and go over a few things here. So first thing is yeah, he's gonna need some time. He's feels like he needs protection from something. Have you noticed how he's been drawing pictures of dinosaurs?
He's always drawn pictures of dinosaurs.
Have you noticed how he's keeping them close to him?
He has them all over.
Yeah. So he says that the dinosaur protects him.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, like the picture he drew, he put it inside his shirt, and then he added a dinosaur to my picture and suggested I keep it close like he did.
Okay.
Hence, I have this, and I pull out the picture, the picture that we drew together, and put it on the desk. So the only thing I can recommend is, I think he wanted me to tell you he doesn't want to be called Junior anymore.
Okay.
And I also told him that it's going to take a little bit of practice, but when he feels ready, he needs to go ahead and he needs to be able to tell you anything, and you need to be able to just be able to sit there, and that you will sit there and listen and be there for him,
Okay.
roughly.
Always.
So but it sounds like he's seen or been exposed to something that he feels he needs protection from. And it's going to take us some time to suss it out, but at some point during all of this, he's probably going to open up to you and tell you something that might be absolutely horrific.
Okay.
And
She wipes her eyes.
the best thing you could do is just hold on to him, listen to him, and not freak out.
Okay.
You're gonna have to take it stone faced.
Okay. I can do that.
Um, okay. So, but and then from there, you're just gonna have to be you're gonna have to tell him he needs to know what's gonna happen on a day-to-day basis. So if he tells you anything that is really shocking, then you're gonna say, okay, I think the best thing we can do is, and you tell him the best thing that can do, and you're gonna have to gauge what goes on. And worst comes to worst, call me when it happens. Just let him know you're gonna call Miss Jessica, and let's figure out what to do together.
Okay.
And because I think this session went very well, because he actually was able to whisper to me, so that's very, very good. That's more than what I was expecting at this first session.
Well, that's great then. She wipes her eyes again.
Okay. Okay, but in the meantime, the best you can do is, give him venues to express himself that are nonverbal. Offer him choices, ask him open-ended questions. Take him, try to expose him to as many different things as you can, like you would even, as if there was nothing wrong. Because I know we all want to, you want to expose, him to a lot of different experiences anyways.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. Molly's got my new schedule, but yeah, go ahead and we'll see him again next week unless you need something sooner. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jessica.
All right. You're more than welcome. But yeah, so just don't call him Junior anymore for now. And I
Okay.
think that'll be a good start for everything.
Okay. And she gets up and leaves, and her and the boy go their own way. We'll stop here. You have a few more, you have a few more patients. Everything just is regular and not important to the story.
Yeah, no, I would probably interrupt seeing any more and
Oh
turn
yeah,
around to
well
Aaron and
actually,
say, what the heck.
well you do have a minute if you want to talk to Aaron or chase him away, or just leave his dumb ass there and go about your business. Whatever you want to do with that.
No, I'm just gonna turn around and say, okay, what's up? Why are you here?
I'm sorry, I didn't know that you could see me. I'm always here.
How long have you been following me around?
And he holds up 3 fingers, and he has this huge grin on his face, and he says, about 3 weeks. Ever
All
since
this
I
time.
started losing my hold on Jeremy. I found you quite fascinating. But you can see me now. That's actually quite impressive. I don't even have the power to see the unseen. So you're coming along quite well. Quite well. And he moves and he sits down in your chair, which was where he was standing behind it and leaning up against it. But he sits down in your nice office chair and says, "So, I heard that you met Mother. How did that go?"
It went pretty well. They warned me ahead of time how she would look, but otherwise, she was pretty informative.
I met her a couple of times. She is rather impressive. So I'm sorry that they took you away from me. Malkavians, we don't have a really good name in most cities, and they're not real happy with me. And before you, I was the only one here. So yeah, I guess as hard as I try to gather influence and prove my worth, I kind of rub Prince James the wrong way. So at least I'm glad that he's taking care of you. I'm still here, and I wanted to make sure that you have my number and you can contact me whenever you need anything.
And you had to wait for me to see you to do this?
No, I was gonna when you were finished with your day. I was gonna tell you, but now that you see me, my cover's kind of blown, and I think I'm gonna. He like points his thumb towards the door. I'm just gonna scoot.
Alright, I get done at... I should be done around 9 or 10, so we'll meet up after then.
Okay, I'll meet you here. Should I come in? Should I come in the way I usually do, or should I introduce myself to Miss Molly?
Don't introduce yourself to Miss Molly just yet, please. And I'm kind of curious, how do you usually come in?
Right behind somebody else? You don't have my power and obfuscation, do you?
I don't know.
It's interesting. I kind of thought you would take after me a little more, but, we are kind of opposites of the same coin. It makes sense that we have opposite powers of Malkov's blood. Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, now can you please scooch? You're kind of distracting. I need to bring in my next client.
Sorry. And he leaves. Have a good way at work, honey. So he says on his way out.
Bury my face in my hands. I sit down in my own chair and I complete my notes on Carlos. And
Yep, and we can fade out from there.
We can go ahead and...
All right, so you got a good sense for how your general days have been going, and yep, cool. That didn't take too long. Took about what I thought.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't have you make any dice rolls.
Nope.
I was thinking about having you make some dice rolls, like, to see how the kid was doing and, stuff like that. But basically, they would have all been things that you would have passed anyway because you have natural of those, in those stats. So.
True.
And the way that the dice system works is, in most cases, not combat cases, but in most general cases, if your dice pool is, say, 6, okay, and you need 2 successes, you have a difficulty of 2, so you need 2 successes to succeed, then you automatically succeed. In fact, with 6, if you need 3 successes, you automatically succeed. So in a way, it's like you were making those rolls and automatically succeeding, because I think you got something like 6 or 7 in those. Where'd you go? Because that would be like wits and insight, something like that. Intelligence and insight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you were making those rolls just fine. Resolve and insight, maybe even, because it's study. It's with a live person, but it's still study. So I think it's resolve and insight. And then composure in your own way for the things that you were giving off. Your sense of calm and, So, yeah. So every roll that you would have made, you were good at, and you only needed 2s in them, so you wouldn't have needed to roll them.
Got it.
The only thing I think you would have needed to roll was whether you wanted to hide to Aaron if that you noticed him. I think that we would have needed you to roll. I'm not sure what I would have made that roll be. Composure in something, and you have high composure, but it would have been composure in something. Subterfuge? Composure and subterfuge? Probably. Okay, well that's it.
True.
Let's stop the recording.
Okay.